Good morning and welcome to the Morning Outlook. I'm Rachel Jones reporting live from Kalkine TV Sydney studios. Now, the Australian share market is expected to rebound today. According to the latest SPI futures, the ASX 200 is likely to open 38 points or 0.5% higher. At the closing bell yesterday, it was 0.2% or 12 points lower at 7,305. Continuing its losing streak for the third day yesterday. Now, the best performing sector yesterday was energy, up 0.8%. The worst performing sector was real estate investment trust, down at 1.5%. The best performing stock in the S&P ASX 200 was HUB24. Their shares closed 3.9% higher at $24.83. The worst performing stock was AVZ Minerals. Their shares closed 19.2% lower at 80 cents. Now, looking to some business news from this morning now, National Australia Bank report a rise in their first half cash earnings by 4.1% from the same period a year ago to $3.48 billion, helped by stronger lending and deposit volumes in its business and institutional segments. Statutory net profit for the 6 months to the 31st of March was up 10.7% to $3.55 billion, while operating revenue rose 4.6% to $8.83 billion. Revenue increased 4.6%. Key drivers include higher volumes, increased fees and commission income offset by lower margins. Chief Executive Ross McEwan increased the dividend to 73 cents a share, up from 67 cents final dividend and 60 cents interim dividend paid back in 2021. Now, the Flight Centre Travel Group, Goldman Travel Corporation and the Spencer Group of companies have today launched an innovative new joint venture focused on premium and business travel. The high-profile Australian travel industry businesses have joined forces to create the Link Travel Group, an invitation-only members group dedicated to partnering with high-quality travel companies to provide an innovative and compelling offering via travel supply, technology and business operations. Ownership of the JV will be divided between the three founding partners. And in other flight news, Alliance is pleased to announce that it has entered into a scheme implementation deed with Qantas Airways, under which Qantas has agreed to acquire all of the shares in Alliance, other than those it already owns, and that's via a scheme of arrangement. Consideration and dividend entitlement under the terms of the scheme. Alliance shareholders will receive $4.75 in Qantas shares for each Alliance share held on the record date for the scheme. Now, we're going to take a very short break here. We'll be taking a closer look at all the latest news. Be back soon.
Crypto talk by Kalkine. The crypto market has been red hot given the Bitcoin rally since the past year. And now the most famous cryptocurrency has got competitors, Dogecoin and Ethereum. If the crypto market excites you, tune in with me, Sage, to know the latest developments about the existing digital currencies and the new ones that are joining the race. I'll help you understand the opportunities and the risks the crypto market has in store for you. For all the digital currency related developments, continue watching Crypto Talk by Kalkine.
Welcome back. I'm Rachel and you're watching the Morning Outlook report. Now, US Fed Chairman Jerome Powell signaled the Fed is looking at 50 basis point rises in June and July and shifting to 25 BP thereafter. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones rose 2.8% and the S&P 500 climbed 3%, with the Nasdaq ending 3.2% higher. Over in Europe, the Stoxx 50 fell 1%, the FTSE fell 0.9% and the CAC dipped 1.2%, with the DAX ending 0.5% lower. Now, overnight in Asia, many Chinese and Japanese stock markets were closed. The Bank of England is expected to lift British rates today by 0.25 percentage point, which would be its fourth hike in a row, and that's to quell surging prices. Oil prices rose around 5% on European Union's plans to phase out imports of Russian oil, offsetting demand worries in top importer China. WTI futures rose $5.40 to settle at $107.81 US cents a barrel. Brent ended up $5.17 at $110.14 US cents a barrel. Gold prices pushed higher overnight after Powell flagged risks to the economy from soaring inflation. US gold futures settled down 0.1% at $1,868 US dollars an ounce. And Bitcoin rose 5.68% to $39,871 US dollars after earlier trading lower. Well, have a great day trading. Stay tuned for more market updates and economic news live throughout the day. This is Rachel signing off for now.